Hey guys, Pansy here. In this video, we are reacting to the TheLazyPeon's most recent BDO video, but throughout the course of that reaction, we went off on a lot of different tangents talking about various topics pertaining to BDO, and I thought this would be a good watch for you guys. These are all topics that honestly, they need separate videos for themselves. I'll try to dive deeper into those in the future and make separate videos, but for now, I thought this would be an interesting watch, so putting it up on YouTube. Enjoy! Alright, let's start.
Do you like running around in circles?
Yeesh.
How
That's
about
loud.
spending money? No? Big titty anime waifus wearing porn star attire, screaming whilst massacring hundreds of creatures in seconds? Yeah, that can be fun. How about casinos? You ever been to one?
No, we don't like casinos. The first part, yes. The second part, no.
This game's got you covered. Giant open world, life skills, get on a big fucking ship and sail across the ocean. Fun
Dead content. Bartering, sailing, all that dead content. They need to bring it back.
gamer words. Open world PvP, My Little Pony Simulator, 3 different optional sub-fees, castle sieges, world bosses, player housing, random number generation. Spend 500 hours grinding with absolutely nothing to show for it. Pay for...
Alright, if you grinded for 500 hours and have nothing to show for it, you're bad at life. At least you got trash loot. What are you grinding for? Oh, true. Text on screen, my bad. We good? Yeah. Like, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration right there. He was really shitting on this.
convenience. Black Desert Online for years has been one of the most polarizing games in the MMORPG space. Some people absolutely despise it, whilst for
How's this? How's the volume now? Is that okay?
others, it's the only game they play.
Because they're fucking addicted.
This piece of shit game cost me more money and time than I'd like to admit, but it also gave me some of my best MMO memories from the past 10 years.
I remember he used to play this pretty hardcore as a wizard in a siege guild, I think.
BDO is like a toxic relationship that you can't leave because the sex is sometimes good and you've invested too much time and money.
Nonsense. I can leave whenever I want. I play so many other games on the site. Don't even. EU Leviathan? Right.
Recently, the game dropped a brand new expansion with a new class, new zone, and other stuff, so I jumped back in to see if it's any good. Dragon Raja. It's a
Nope.
down massive bosses. 4. Dragon Raja has just loyalty gear, and miss out. This update in his new event is customized vehicle, so click the link.
Alright. Dragon Raja, you better have paid good money for that. That guy went all in for you guys there. That was like over a minute.
Max level character for the new class called Dracana. Bit of a weird name, but apparently in the lore she has the power of dragons inside of her. If it wasn't for the preview armor though, you wouldn't be able to tell. She looks like every other female character in the game and her abilities...
I mean, some of the skill animations have like dragon wings. There's like that one where like a dragon does a flyby or something where you see the shadow. I could tell, kind of.
are mostly electricity. I guess she's more of a blue eyes white dragon kind of girl. I logged into a level 1 Dracana to check out the newly updated new player experience. This time you start in the city of Duvenkroon rather than Velia, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me considering all the monsters in this region are fairly high level. I started out with the usual talk to NPC and spam R key, then a cutscene.
I mean, we have to progress to the new area, so I guess that makes sense, starting in Duvenkroon.
Scene with mediocre voice acting.
Come to the haven of slumbering origin at the mountain of eternal winter.
This new class has a costume on by default.
My face is in the way. I haven't even watched, I haven't even actually done the main story questline. I need to do that. I want to do it off stream so I can get like good footage recorded because I got a plan for it.
What does its normal armor look like without the costume? Fucking cool sword. She reminds me of like a Lost Ark paladin but female. Really feel the weight behind her sword slashes. I actually think her sword looks cooler without the skin. The skin's a little bit too much. Next we met a little furry fox humanoid who introduced himself by breaking the 3rd wall.
Why is no one taking my quest? Is the reward not substantial enough?
So, brand new players starting at...
No one takes their quests because there's been a history of bad quests. This is the first time they actually put in good effort to it. Is 100 times better than old story. I agree. I mean, look, it wasn't good, so they made a better one. I can't blame them for that. You know, they really needed to. Like, an MMORPG needs a story for like those diehard fans. Because like, I remember when I was playing World of Warcraft for the first time, I loved hearing the story. There's so many things that happen, so much to, you know, read up on. Like, I read the books. I actually read the fucking books. They were good. I liked it. Like, I think one of the allure of World of Warcraft for me is always seeing the new cutscenes of each expansion, even if I'm not playing it. Final Fantasy 14, fucking amazing story. Oh my god. I made a mistake of watching one of the cutscenes. I was dragged in. The entire time I should have been like power leveling to cap so I can play with my friends. I said, fuck that. And I watched the whole story. I loved it. Shadowbringers, man.
Experience. Immediately we're running about 200 mile an hour. Same speed as a horse. Probably going to confuse new players a little bit, isn't it? It's been about 1.5 years since I last played Black Desert at this point. I was really...
Spams Zarin complains about the story. I mean, look, we're BDO players, so like, we knew they were putting in a lot of effort because they told us, and we heard it many times. They're like, oh, we're going to make a really good storyline. We're going to have voice acting. We're going to really focus on it. So we knew it was coming. So for anyone who just randomly hops in, the immediate instinct is just skip everything, you know? That's just how MMORPGs are. Unfortunate, but it's changing now. Like, you know, with Final Fantasy players, they're probably a lot less likely to skip than one of us. Now, we still do it, let's be honest. No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the whole story, man. I'm gonna watch the whole main story quest line. All of you spammed it? Really? Come on. There's voice acting!
Getting the BDO itch about 3 months ago, like really considering coming back to the game because I wasn't maining any MMOs at the time. But then Lost Ark came out and...
Fine, I'll keep you guys on here. Jesus. You guys can join us too on the stream. There we go. On screen. Only a little bit. You're not taking up half the screen, okay?
And it kind of scratched a similar kind of itch. But now I've been playing Lost Ark for 2 months. I miss third-person MMOs again. So, kind of getting the BDO/New World itch again. I just love being immersed in massive open-world third-person MMOs, really.
None of you better be comparing BDO and Lost Ark. They're two different type of games. Don't compare it. After you play a different game, you know, take a break from BDO. It's nice to come back. I agree. But I get a lot of messages even now. It's like, yo, should I play BDO or should I play Lost Ark? I'm like, not even the same thing. 6 hours for cutscene or in total. I will watch it. I will watch all of them.
After running from NPC to NPC.
But that's the dangerous thing about me. I will shit on it if it's bad. But I heard it was pretty good, so hopes are up.
Smashing that Arky, I eventually arrived at the new snowy zone, the Mountain of Eternal Winter. And honestly, my first impressions were a bit lackluster.
He smashed the Arky. Says it all. You missed out, man. You missed out on the brilliant writing.
Visually, the environment looks
kidding, I don't know how the writing is. I didn't try.
Exactly the same as the other zones during the winter seasonal events. I saw a lot of reused assets, a lack of interesting points of interest in the distance, and questing through...
Okay, listen. Games will reuse assets, but I don't think it was that bad. I don't think they needed to come up with like an entire new... Lost Ark is a piece of shit. I mean, listen, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not gonna shit on you for that, bro. I mean, we're playing video games for fuck's sake. We gotta play what's fun. We gotta be, you gotta do what's enjoyable. Doesn't matter what any fucking streamer says. Doesn't matter what I say or Lazy Peon or, you know, any streamer. None of their takes matter shit. All that matters is that you have fun doing what you're doing.
Through this place was mind-numbing. This new player experience has been a bit bizarre so far. I've just run from NPC to NPC, talking to them. Haven't done any combat in about 15 minutes of questing and playing the...
It's only been 15 minutes because he's spamming R. If he read the story, it would have been longer.
game. If I was a brand new player to Black Desert, I don't think I'd be overly impressed. About 20 minutes into the new player experience, I'm finally going to get the chance to fight something. A bit weird. Let's get the chance to check out this new class. I love the animations of this class. You can really feel the weight of her weapon. It feels so heavy. Like pretty much every class in BDO, expertly animated. I don't know if I just remember Black Desert as being a better looking game than it.
Lost Ark was not fun for me. I felt relieved coming back to running circles in BDO. Wonka. That is pretty much BDO, isn't it? Like, the entire game from start to end, you're just killing different type of mobs at different paces and getting different amount of loot, but the whole concept is running around in a circle just killing shit. I get it. Did you try the new Overwatch 2 beta? I didn't get it in. And I tried the drops thing. It didn't work for me. But, you know, I play a lot of different games. I still come back to BDO because it's a good game for me. Like, sometimes I like mindlessly grinding or just hunting or doing life skills, something chill. But other times I like doing something that's really progression oriented. Like, I like raiding. I like doing PvP, like competitive PvP in games. You know, grinding up PvP gear. I'm fucking playing Aeon again. And I'm like undergeared as shit, but I'm like, you know, trying to get that stuff going. Trying. So I like it. You just need to mix it up. Like, listen, I don't understand why BDO players have so much loyalty for the game. It's a good game, but you don't owe them anything. They're supposed to bend over backwards to make this a great fucking experience for you. You don't owe that kind of loyalty. If you're burnt out or tired, play something else. No shame in taking a break. You can always come back. So, like, listen, the game is here to serve you as entertainment. You're not here for the game. Like, you know, put yourself out on top. Like, you're the top priority. Your fun is the top priority.
I wasn't impressed with the visuals of the new zone. Dude, am I on max graphics? Or does the game look more outdated nowadays? Like, what? High remastered. Seriously?
Switch to Ultra, noob.
I remember the game having better graphics than this.
It doesn't make it better. I just like ripping on people. I can play an older. No, I'm kidding. Now the game's graphics gonna be like this. This is a winter zone. Like in Aeon, like there's a region called Beluzalan, and it's all snowy region. Fucking depressing. When I used to grind like PvP over there, I used to get so depressed just because the whole setting was depressing. But, you know, it's true. The winter region doesn't have much really great visuals, but it's different from the other regions in the game, right? So
maybe it's because I'm in the snowy area and things in the distance just look really low res. Visually, this snowy area...
All right, he plays in 4K, so that's why his FPS and graphics are a bit lower.
Looks kind of worse than all of the other zones, honestly.
For me, when I'm watching on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, because like I'm on a 1080p monitor. I don't get to see the full graphic range of...
Just look at the mountains in the distance.
Source, right?
It looks super low res. It's the first time I've came back to Black Desert and not really been blown away by the graphics. Eventually, the game introduced me to the first unique BDO quest I've seen in years. A stealth quest. Basically, just crouch and don't stand in the giant red circles from the...
Yeah, I don't like the snow either, dude. You just noticed the game's LOD.
mobs. Not too hard, but I still managed to fuck it up somehow. Honestly, the rest of this new player experience MSQ was so fucking boring that I don't want to talk about it anymore. There's hardly any combat, just run around auto-pathing to NPCs, spamming R, and watch a cutscene every now and again. It felt like a mobile game, and I couldn't stop complaining.
What is that? Sebastian, what do you mean? What do you mean they're forgetting about old players? All the quality of life changes they do it for us. Like, the new player isn't going to know fuck all about that. They're going to be like, what the hell's a nader ban? They do a lot of quality of life changes to make the game better for us. Like, listen, in terms of gear progression, they have to make it easier. Like, no game requires you to play for fucking years, right? If you go to World of Warcraft, that is one of the biggest MMORPGs. Final Fantasy XIV, one of the biggest MMORPGs. And if you go to any of those games, you can get to the end game and start enjoying the end game content very quickly. In a matter of months, you can catch up to gear. BDO doesn't have the same kind of end game content, so it's like a linear progression to the end game where it's like a, you know, it takes longer and longer to progress to the next level, like the next stepping point. So that is like a year of playing religiously into the game. Like now it's easier, but once upon a time it used to take a year and a half, 2 years. Like that wasn't good for the longevity of the game, because initially the game didn't have gear like to the extent it has it now. The power creep is pretty real for this game. Once upon a time, soft cap used to be a thing. Tet gears, try accessories. Everyone can do it. It just took time to get there. But then after we got people at 700 gear score and stuff, it started getting longer and longer to get there. That's why they had to add all these stepping stones, like, you know, seasonal gear, Jatina quest, Jatina free pens and stuff, right? So like they had to squish the time it takes to get to the point where you can start progressing. Because like now it's easy to get to like 600 plus gear score. And then you can start going to like the more fun grind spots after Valencia, like, you know, Starzen, Sakurai, Elvia, and in a progressive manner. And they really had to tackle that issue, because converting a new player who starts the game into a religious video player who's gonna eventually make it to endgame is very difficult. It's too demanding. So they need to make it even shorter. Honestly, getting to endgame, 6 to 9 months should be like the point. But I don't know. I understand like people who've already done it are definitely going to be disenfranchised, but for the sake of the game to grow, I think it's important, because I don't see this game ever popping off and getting like tripling in player base. I see it maintaining its player base, but I don't think it's ever going to get to the point where it's like, you know, they have 1 million concurrent players on NA. Like, it's not going to happen the way it's set up. It's just not. Like, the RNG system chases people away. The amount of grind chases the people away. People can't enjoy the game to the fullest extent because it takes so much to get to the point where you can even play the game and start PvPing competitively, right? So it's one of those things. It's a difficult thing to tackle, but it's something that people have to tackle. Like, the developers have to tackle at some point, because they're going to notice it in the player numbers
about it during the recording of this video, but thankfully my editor has cut all of that out. This whole alternate new player experience has been incredible.
Good job, Hedon. Is it still Hedon editing these videos? I forgot. Yep. Good job, Hedon.
Incredibly boring so far.
Oh, no, dude, don't apologize. I'm just explaining it for the chat. That's my view, and it's a part of my content. I gotta express like my thought process behind this. No, I'm not jumping on you or nothing. Don't worry, bro.
It feels weird, man. Fuck me. It's like I'm playing a mobile game. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna get a carpal tunnel soon.
Chat, was the main story questline really that bad? Was it actually bad, or is he just like mad? Because I thought it was, I heard like good things about the story. The questline is good? Okay. I guess you gotta actually pay attention to the questline. Yeah. I'd like more fighting from the start. True. I think they could have done that better. Like, even with spamming R, it took them 20 minutes then. For an older player, like, we know the fighting's coming, the grind will come. But for a new player, I guess that is an issue, right? Nothing mind-blowing? Okay. Like, the way a good storyline works is that you need, like, heroic characters. Like, you need those villains that you can fall... I mean, like, the heroes you can fall in love with and the villains you can hate. And, you know, you have to build around it. So I don't know if they really captured any of that. Like, in World of Warcraft, we followed those same heroes for so long. Like, from all the way in Classic, all the way till... fucking now in Shadowlands. Like, some of those characters are people that we saw for so long, and there's like years of history behind it, like expansions worth of content behind their story. In Final Fantasy 14, we saw the Scions. Like, I fucking hated those noobs. Like, I thought like Urianger, he was like so fucking annoying. He's always talking in cursive. I hated that guy. I hated the like pretty much all of the Scions, like, honestly. Justola got like a lot better in Shadowlands, or not Shadowlands, Shadowbringers. Like, her story was way better. Like, her character was so much more developed. Like, all the characters like really grew over the expansions, and that's something like every single one of them, all the ones I hated, I really like now. Like, by the end of Shadowbringers, I'm like, yo, these guys are my homies, and that really made the story a lot better for me.
Literally designed something worse than what they had years ago. Why? Stress out with my other hand. My left hand's starting to fucking hurt. It feels like I've been masturbating
Spamming R, bro.
about 6 days. I just want to stop playing.
Stop playing!
I hate this game so much. Oh my, this is, I fucking don't want to play anymore. It's fucking shit. Typically, each BDO expansion comes with a new city with new assets and a new vibe. The new city Eelton, added with the Mountain of Eternal Winter, looks like an outpost reusing old assets. It made me start...
Bro, majority of BDO players play on optimal mode. I'm not bothered about the assets at all. The OST is a banger in the new region as well. Oh, dude, have you seen the Pearl Abyss music channel? They have like all their music there. And then they were sad that no one ever subscribes to it, so go subscribe.
Start to question if BDO is on maintenance mode, or Pearl Abyss have lowered it significantly on their list of priorities. Jeez, floor texture's taking a while to load. Hello, floor texture, where you at? That's fine, floor texture, don't worry, you can have a vacation today. So whilst it's daytime and not snowing, let's take a little tour of this new city in the snowy region.
Wait, chat, what is that? Audio remaster? What are you talking about? Yeah, he probably was just tilted on something, I don't know. I guess, but the thing is, from a new player perspective, they might not know you should listen to the story, right? So I think they have to hold your hand a bit more and force you into it. But at the same time, that could, you know, severely backfire by players who don't want to listen to stories. So, it is what it is. It's personal experience, right? Nah. He Lazy Peon. He just keeps it real. He just says what's on his mind. Even from a new player perspective, this takes 2 hours spamming R compared to the old main quest line, which was like 5+ hours. True. Yeah, I don't know. This video started off pretty negative. Hey, Rebirth! What's up, my guy? How's it going?
I don't know if you can even call it a city, really. It's really small. It's almost like an outpost. It doesn't feel like it's added a whole lot of new environmental assets to the game. It's a lot of reused stuff with snow on top. A bit disappointed, really. Definitely not as interesting as Odraxia. That was a...
True. Odraxia was fucking amazing. It looks beautiful. Like, there was like that artistic style to it, like, you know, the Dark Knight area. But honestly, no one cares about the assets. Like, I don't think anyone else mentioned it till now.
A really cool place. If you're a new player, I would advise against choosing the Mountain of Eternal Winter as a starting experience. It was actually more boring than the standard BDO leveling experience, in my opinion. It was just running from NPC to NPC, lots of talking, hardly any combat.
No new players, start here. It's whatever, dude. It's whatever.
Felt like one of those forgettable quest lines that you would just speed through if you've already got a max level character. At this point, I got sick of my own voice complaining about the game, so I jumped onto the level 62 Dracana to check out some of the high-end grind spots. And honestly, I think this is the first time I've played a new class in BDO and haven't been blown away. To me, the Dracana feels like a combination of Dark Knight and something else. I felt like I'd already played this class before. Maybe they've just released too many new classes at this point. Maybe there's some reused animations or something. I'm not sure. It just didn't wow me like a new BDO class usually does. The new class is okay. It's nothing special.
So like with the Dracania, like she looks great and all, but her PvE was pretty, you know, lackluster. It's because she has a slow hitting weapon, right? And a lot of classes now are pretty quick. If you release this game pre-reboot, I think it would have been like decent. But now, like after the reboot, like a lot of classes are pretty pog. So understandable. Hopefully the Awakening is going to be good and like fast paced. I'm hoping.
I mean, most classes in Black Desert are fairly cool. I don't really think the game even needs new classes at this point. It just seems like something.
We need a Necromancer. I will not stop until I get my damn Necromancer.
They do to bait existing players into trying it out and buying costumes, to be honest. It's not really something that's going to make the game better. If anything, it probably just results in the PvP being less balanced. with new classes being such a big part of their business model. I logged into the live servers for the first time in over 18 months, and I'd forgotten how good some of my character names were. Krabs, Sailor Peon, Pylite, Anime Sword, Optimism. That's such a good name. I can't remember any of these character names. Dogecoin, how the—
Hey, I got a character named Pooh. Like, actually. 3-letter name, boys.
hell did I get Dogecoin as a character name for my Sage? Game looks good. Beautiful lighting coming over there. Sunset, Mr. Krabs, handsome man. Wait, where are the players at? Oh, yeah, I forget. This is a channel-based game. Fuck me. I'm on Olvia servers. I set up my character and learned that 2 new gear slots had been added to the game.
According to Dracania Discord, there's a high-tier grinder with secret god combos they aren't sharing. Oh, man. Oh, man. I need to get in on those secret circles, dude. Come on. It's just the nature of the game. Like, if classes are slow, the way the game is designed, like, we pretty much one-tap most mobs in, like, half the regions, right? It's only till once we get to, like, the endgame grind spots that, you know, over the recent years, they've been releasing that they don't die in one hit. So, like, for a new player going in, they're going to be, like, they're going to see a Musa just obliterate Sulfur Mine versus their Dracania, and they're going to be like, why am I so bad? So it's like, hey, it's what it is. Is what it is.
For something known as artifacts. Doesn't seem to change a whole lot really, just extra stats. I had a quick look at the cash shop. Oh, for alchemy. That actually looks pretty fucking cool. Sleepless Sun. Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
4 out of 56 for Pry Falling God. Dude, I am so sorry, dude. Damn, Ahad. That's rough, bro. Keep trying. You'll get it eventually. What are you, tapping on a 50 stack? Jeez. Got duo? Oh, good. And look, the costumes. You guys hear me bitch about costumes so much. You guys hear me. I don't understand why they don't give, like, Mystic and Striker, like, proper martial arts gis. Let us recolor the belt. Let us recolor the gi. Have a cool dragon symbol on the background. Dude, come on. And then our cape function takes off the top. So those Striker's, like, sitting there with his buff muscles. Mystic can have, like, a sports bra on, you know, something simple. That would be, like, a dope costume for Striker Mystic, but instead they go, like, complete other direction, 100 miles an hour, doing something different. He plays Wizard.
Big hat. They haven't had many new costumes, have they? I've just been rocking.
He used to be a Siege player, so he had to play Wizard. What choice did he have? Witcher Wizard, right?
Rocking this since launch. It's one of the best ones, but the new one's pretty cool. What is that? Oh, yes, this is the one. That just screams Wizard, doesn't it?
Wait, Uplink, did Asmongold actually react to him bashing BDO? What? I have not. Did he? I should see that. I probably won't react to it today because we're already watching this video. I should have started with that. I'm sorry. Ah, shit.
Then I went to do some grinding to remember how to play my class. Oh wait, what? Why is the sky gone all dark and murky? I've never.
We're going reactception here. We're going Inception with this shit. And then I need someone to, like, react to me reacting to Asmongold reacting to Lazy Peon. We need to, like, take it, like, many levels deep. This video is mostly misinformation. Lol, pay to win game. You.
Seen this weather effect before. Is that because we're on an Elvia realm? Try and remember how to play
sir.
this class. It all comes back to you pretty quickly. Im trainers and fighters go berserk and will now chase further. So these grind spots are becoming a little bit more dynamic than they used to be. At least they're trying.
Yeah, that's a 2-man grind spot. So it's not going to be a fun experience there.
Trying to innovate with the grind.
Oh, good job. Good job, Hedon. Hedon got us on the bottom. Editor here, yes, I told him that was a duo grind spot.
Spots rather than it just being a static run around in circles kind of thing. A somewhat recent addition to BDO is Elvia Realms. This basically turns old grind spots in starting regions such as Serendia to endgame spots with enraged mobs and more dynamic grind mechanics on certain channels. My boy Black Spirit wanted to talk to me. I spammed the R key for ages and he puked rewards all over my face.
Oh my god. That is one thing I want them to, like, streamline. Quests, inventory, and just clutter in general. Like, one thing I hate is if you have the UI, if you guys notice me playing today, on the bottom right corner, I don't have my menu items over there. Because I got tired of the pop-ups and shit. I'm like, I am done with this. I actually disabled the menu items. That's one thing they need to, like, streamline. Because it's starting to look... There's so many pop-ups in the game, like, when you log in. It feels like it's one of those Chinese mobile games, which is really bad. So, like... and also the UI. They should actually revamp the UI. Because BDO is a beautiful game. And our interface with this beautiful world is our character and the UI. So, like, it'd be cool if they can redo that, because it really doesn't... I feel like it's not as free as it should be. Like, we should be able to resize certain aspects. We should disable the banner on top, which keeps celebrating that we got a Blackstone armor. Like, shit. That was pretty pog, like, 5 years ago, but now I think we're good. I think no one really celebrates getting Blackstones, you know? So, you know, there's a few things they need to adjust, for sure.
Including starter artifacts. I also had a crap load of RNG boxes and rewards to claim too, so that left my inventory.
This guy's ballsy. Oh my god, he pressed receive all. Have you guys seen my reward inventory? This guy's got balls. Mine would be like full.
Nice and
100%.
clogged up. On top of all that, I got a pop-up for a new UI menu called the Progression Pass. When I first saw it, I assumed it was some kind of paid battle pass thing, but it's not. It just gives you a bunch of tasks with incremental rewards, eventually leading up to you getting a piece of pen armor and pen weapon for free. Decent catch-up system.
Wait, really? Is that what it does? I thought they just gave you free shit. I haven't even... Jeez, I don't know what I'm talking about.
For new players, it seems. Okay, I've had enough of grinding. So if I...
No, it's not. That's what I thought. Oh my god. Now you get it, bad info. Yeah. Honestly, since the video was dropped just yesterday, he could literally just take it down and put it back up. I've done that before.
Switch to a non-Elvia realm. Is the sky normal? Yes, it is. Nice, blue, colourful skies. I don't really like playing on the Elvia realm.
Gotcha.
I don't like the sky being all dark and depressing. It's quite miserable.
He's not regularly playing the game. I'm not gonna shit on him for getting some piece of information wrong. That's fine. It's whatever.
I like my grind spots happy and colourful. The last time I played BDO, I turned into a real life skill Care Bear, so I went back to revisit some of the spots I used to spend gathering for hours.
He's doing it wrong, man. He's doing it wrong. You gotta be hunting. Hey, he's got the farms going. Let's go. Get that pepper. Go cook. Go cook.
Life in BDO isn't too bad if you just want to chill out, play the economy game and set up your node empire whilst making a good honest living. Sure, you're still running around in circles one way or another, but these circles feel different. They're the...
Hey, I used to gather sheep. You know what I used to do? This is before my first life skilling arc where Rush showed me the way. Before I started that, I had like 700 mastery, 750, like an honest little, you know, trilogia set. And every time my AFK Fisher had full energy, she was a shy. So I would take her right over. I used to AFK in Heidel, and I would take her right over to the sheep and really quickly dump all my energy because she has that AoE pull. And it was like really easy. That was my little money maker, AFK money makers, like little stupid things like that. Get my energy up, dumped it for the meat. Oh man. I did not understand the hate behind the new questline for beginners though. A very well done storyline compared to the OG storyline. For repeats, I get it. There are way too many unskippable scenes and a lot of talking and less killing. Yeah, I mean, I think he went in with a pretty negative outlook, but it's whatever. Sorry, I keep hitting this mic. I do not know why I'm doing this. But it's like I like that PA at least tried to make a storyline, you know? Like everything in the previous ones, like going to Valencia was fucking atrocious. Like Valencia 2, don't even get me started on that shit. So like, you know, at least they're trying. That's one thing about PA. This game is pay to win. There is an expensive cash shop. It is a very fucking long grind. I mean, yes, there are a lot of negatives, but very few companies are actually out there trying to improve the game. So for that reason alone, I'm like, you know, good on you guys. I mean, we all know how I feel about the gear progression in this game. Like, shit. It is what it is.
Kind of circles where you've got the time to look around, get immersed in the world, and smack the sausage to your favourite Nier Automata hentai on the second monitor. My character's got two different effects around him. It looks like he smells really good, but really bad at the same time. It's kind of ironic. The MMO...
You know, one thing I don't like is with the elixirs and stuff, you know, the aura around us? It gets so annoying when I'm trying to take, like, a really nice screenshot for a thumbnail and stuff. I kind of wish it wasn't that prominent, or at least if we could toggle that into graphic settings. Because then again, and like, if you have, like, a bunch of characters as well on the screen, all of them have these auras on them. That does affect the FPS, so it'd be cool if we had like more options to toggle shit like that.
The best combat out there. The thing I enjoy the most about it is clicking on plants and animals. It's quite funny really, isn't it? Oh great, I'm fucking stuck into the mount again. Oh, I forgot how fun sailing was.
Oh my god. The water content in BDO is terrible. Arcade was so much better. Like, water PvP, naval combat, so much better. BDO, for the amazing gameplay and combat it has, why couldn't it have done a better job with the sea content? And then they went and changed like naval karma, which then disenfranchised that tiny little minority of players who actually wanted to do naval PvP. Now, it was deserved. Those guys griefed the shit out of people. Don't even get me started without the, you know, the... Oh, speaking of which, Vel's coming up in 15 minutes, isn't it? Or is it 45? But people used to, like, grief the shit out of that. So I completely get it. I get why they had to do that. I'll never forgive PA for forgetting about sea content. I understand, dude. I wish they do a better job with it. Like, the swimming sucks. The physics sucks. We're always glitching through boats, getting kidnapped and shit. It's not fun. It could have been a lot better. Dude, Arcade Unchained, like, I had so much fun going into it because I didn't get to experience the original Arcade. So it was so good. For me, like, I'm like having a blast. It's like when we see an enemy guild, their galleon's coming up, ours is going, we do a drive-by and everyone jumps off, glides onto the ship and starts smashing them. Dude, it was so fun. And then when it was like time to like engage hardcore against the enemy faction, we all jump off our ship, go underwater, and then the guy on the ship is like has like two guys protecting him, and then they're sailing around getting ready to pick us up. It's like it was like a lot of dynamic things going on, and naval PvP was so fun. Like, if you want to be a pirate, like, Arcade was the place to be. Like, you were an actual pirate. There was a faction called the Pirates. Like, shit. BDO could have done something like that. It could have been a lot better.
Okay, nice auto-pathing. Yeah, that's something I do not miss about bartering. Oh, the boats in this game are a fucking mess. Just get stuck in overlapping boats that are all on top of each other. And you just want to jump to shore. What am I looking at? Look at my screen. It was time I tested my luck to get that tier 9 Pegasus of my dreams. Succeeding this would flood my brain with dopamine, potentially hooking me back into the game. Dream Horse Awakening, let's go. Good luck.
Wait, did he not cron it? Oh, that's painful.
The game.
Dream
Horse Awakening, let's go. Yeah. Good luck. We go again. 2.8% success rate is so low. Failing tier 9 was probably a blessing in disguise. At this point, I didn't really know what to do, so I went to check out one of the best solo grind spots in the game, Elvia Realm Orcs. Apparently, you can make between 250 and 800 mil per hour here, depending on your...
800? Actually? I thought it was like more like 600. That's a bit of a stretch, ain't it? At least definitely not with the new changes, that's for sure.
Gear. Okay, I can actually kill him. Ooh, fucking hell, dying. Power of Light is now...
You can make 1 bill? How? Not the new changes, that's what I was saying. Max 700 to 750, okay. That makes sense.
Sufficient to purify the black energy for a certain period of time. Interesting. Okay. Oh no! Ooh. What happened? I just got...
At 365 DP, I got stunned with my back turned to the mobs. They went through me. Like, I went 100 to 0 so quick on my Mystic. It was sad. I feel his pain there.
Got fucking wrecked. And I lost 2 RBF crystals. A mystery knight has appeared. What is going on here? The grind spot's like flashing weird colours. That's interesting. Oh my god, dude, they're fucking wrecking me. Are they empowered? Oh, run away. Hit me too hard, almost one-shot me. At this point...
Oh, poor dude. He didn't know the mechanics. I know, it's painful.
I decided to revisit one of my favourite pastimes in BDO from back in the day. Horsing the fuck out of random people.
With 301 AP. Shit, man. That's like endgame.
Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, I love it. I've missed that so much. That's the best thing about BDO. It's a little lolly girl on her horse. Nay, nay, motherfucker. Another one. Oh, this person's not...
Griefing! He's a griefer.
FK. Oh, no.
I can't blame him, though. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I'm so
Oh, now he crossed the line there. You didn't have to kill him.
sorry. I'm such a dick. But that was the most fun I've had since I've started playing this game again. Their name was Resistances. Shame they didn't have any resistance to horse. Oh, this person's got their own horse wagon. Little do they know they're being tailed by a bandit. They just turned it around. Oh wait, they're not my horse. Let's catch this one. Oh, I've been landed.
The guy got off and
Oh
dipped.
yes, and again. Oh, it's glorious. It's the best content in Black Desert. Oh no, I got horsed myself. Oh no, my horse. My horse. No. We lost our horse, but we didn't lose our pride. PvP players rejoice. After all these years, there's a new point capture RBF.
Hey, that was us, boys. That was our video bitching about this. We got it for us. No kidding.
Added to BDO, set in Valencia City. Of course, to even step foot inside without getting one-tapped, you're going to want to have close to hard-capped gear, which is months of grinding.
Months. Yeah. Try years.
Sorry, new players, this one's not for you, as I very quickly discovered with my pathetic 624 gear score wizard. In all fairness, Black Desert has added some decent content to the game over the past few years, such as more difficult PvE content and dungeons, but nothing that fundamentally would make someone who quit the game in the past want to come back. Here's a list of dead content currently.
True. 24 months. That is in months. I get it. But still, like, you gotta understand, like, in terms of like an endgame player making a bill an hour, a new player is gonna be making like a third of that, like coming out of Valencia, or even less. So that's a lot of hours. Ain't gonna happen for me.
In the game. My editor has played Black Desert religiously since launch. Hayden, in your opinion, sum up the state of Black Desert in a few words.
BDO is a game that looks amazing from the outside, but the deeper you look, the more you realize how shallow and superficial everything is. The endless neglect for balance by the developers made PvP almost unplayable, and beside for one dungeon, the PvE is not challenging at all, so you end up
Unplayable? I get jumped by so many people. I wish it was unplayable. Then I wouldn't have to be worried about getting jumped on my grind spot and kicked out of it. Shit. Nah. Listen, we don't know what the developers are thinking. Like, I was never able to predict anything they came up with. Even for new classes, like where the fuck did they pull out Corsair from? Like who thought of this? Like they are going like very unique routes. Like I'm like sitting here thinking, we get a Necromancer now, we're getting a Paladin, come on, let's go. Nope, we got a Corsair. And she's not even a proper pirate. She's like a mermaid lady. It's like, yo, PA, we cannot predict. And their vision of the game isn't the endgame PvP. And with 24 or something, how many classes we got now? 24? I don't know. Each class having 2 specs, balancing all that? Impossible. The way you balance a game at this scope with this much variety, in classes anyway, is make sure every class has fight potential. That means if someone jumps on you, you're not hopeless. Like fucking, if you're a slow class without a grab and you're facing a ninja, you're probably not going to get through that block jump. Like mechanically, you have to give classes fighting potential. You know, give them enough SAs, give them enough FGs. You know, if they have a grab, don't also give them the land speed of a Musa. Warriors. But like, there's things that you can do to at least give the players like enough tools to fight, and they need to have kill potential. Like if you're a player wailing on an endgame geared player who has like, you know, hard cap gear, and you can't even kill them when they're standing still, that sucks. But even if you're like same gear as them, and then your class is like not able to one combo them, but their class with the exact same gear is one comboing you, that sucks. Felt like he was forced to do this video. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just did it to revisit it.
Mindlessly running around on one spot for hundreds of hours on end.
So yeah, the game isn't in a great spot right now. Basically grind for 1,000 hours to maybe have a bit of fun in an end game where the fun you get out of it isn't worth the time you put in. Things I like about BDO, fun combat.
And that's the thing, like, I do complain about it all the time. Like, the amount of time it takes to gear up, it's atrocious. It takes way too long. They need to cut it down to like 6 months to 9 months max. 6 months to 700 gear score, 9 months to 720. Like, that's how it should be, in my opinion, just because you don't want players to like sit on a grind for like 2 years, like devote themselves for a game for it to be like not worth it. Because listen, those players who like play this game for years, they're not really keen to come back. They're like, we know what the game is. Like, you have to think about the longevity of the game. Like, you're not able to convert those new players who come into the game into those long-term players because you're asking way too much from them. It costs a lot of money. You have to get those 3 freaking buffs. If you can't pre-order them, then you have to buy them. If you don't, your experience is gimped. Then you have weight, you have pets, you have the tent. There's like, it costs money. On top of that, you want us to spend like a year and a half being like a religious player, playing for like 3 hours a day to 6 hours a day? Fuck off. Cut down the amount of time it takes to get to the end game. I know the end game players are going to be mad about it. I mean, I see players who played for like 6 months blow past me in gear score. I get it. I'm glad for them though. Like, listen, they're able to enjoy the game and didn't have to go to the struggle we went through. I know it's going to hurt for some existing players, but for the longevity of the game, if you ever want the game to actually increase in the player numbers, I don't know which way the camera's going, but you get what I'm saying. If you want the player numbers to increase over time, you need to be able to retain those players and also bring back old players and get them assimilated into the games. I know there's a lot of gatekeeping in BDO. It's like the VTuber community in here, right? It's like, shit. I don't like gatekeeping. Like, listen, I get it. You got 720 gear score now. You enjoyed it all this time. I'm sure you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten that far, right? But the game needs to change. If they ever want to be like one of the big games like Final Fantasy 14, and it's not too late. Look at FF14, how it grew over the years. Like, as a MMORPG player, I think the community has proven itself that we're willing to play a good game regardless of the graphics. Even if it's an old game, whether it's a new game, like, fucking, we still play RuneScape, don't we? Like, we are capable of playing a game which is an outdated game, as long as it's a good game. That it gives us fulfillment, enjoyment, goals, as well as a little bit of risk, some competitive nature to it. So like they really need to work on that transition, and accessories are one of the main things right there. A lot of people quit over that. A lot of people don't want to play because the accessory enhancement's pretty toxic. So I really hope that they do seriously change the system. It's gonna hurt in the short term for existing players, but for the longevity of the game. Now let me ask this. Any Siege players think that they're having a great time recruiting people into the game, into like their Legion, or sorry, not Legion. I'm thinking Ion here, into their guild? Like, it's really difficult to find a new player to recruit. They're all like recycled old players, right? Yeah, exactly, Sizen. I've had like really bad experience with enhancing accessories. I made a video called "Why Players Quit BDO." It's got tens of thousands of views and hundreds of comments. I went through each and every one of those comments, and majority of the players who quit was because the enhancement is toxic. It is a toxic feature that's built into the game that nobody likes. Like, why keep it? It doesn't enhance the experience of the game. Hey, well, some people do like it. I'm sorry. There are the gamblers who enjoy that. I know you're out there, but still, like, for the longevity of the game, if you ever want this to be a massive game on like a global scale, you're gonna have to do it. I get it. Like, some people you know, add up all the numbers of all the various regions and how many players are playing across all those regions. Yeah, that's not an actual number, buddy. Let's just go region by region, you know? So, you know, the game's got its issues, but it's getting better over time. I just hope they make the right changes going forward.
Combat, well-designed life skill and node system, big open world, anime bobber, nice graphic. Things I dislike: pay to win, infinite grind, declining player base, so many UI pop-ups.
I don't think the player base is declining though. It's stagnant. It goes up every time a new patch comes out, but goes back down after a month or two. And primary reasons or primary ways to fix that is things I just mentioned.
Feel like you've got malware installed, non-existent class balance. Even if you feel like you've got malware, infinite grind, declining player base, so many UI pop-ups, you feel like you've got malware installed.
That is true, and I've complained about this. They need to clean up that shit.
Installed, non-existent class balance.
You can buy accessories, that's true. I buy up to Tet Distos. Then what? I have to buy a pen belt. I have to buy a pen Layton's. Or fuck, a Debarica you're gonna have to make yourself. Good luck on that. 66 bill. If you're someone who makes 1 bill an hour, that's 66 hours. Most of you players are not. I am definitely not. 500 mil an hour is reasonable for me. All right, so like 500 mil an hour is like pretty reasonable estimate for how much I can do. How much is that? 124 hours for that's 100. What is it? 66 bill? Yeah. 132 hours for freaking Pen Layton. I'm not gonna grind for that many hours. Fuck off. It's not worth it. In which universe is that worth? Like, that is just way too much to expect. Like, that needs to change, man. What about mana shit? That's even worse. It is, because the value of the Manos is much higher than what you see in the marketplace. So it rarely ever even shows up, first of all. And then it's like, you know, fucking billions on billions for that.
Even if you get max gear, the end game is dead, so the grind is pointless. Create problem to sell solution.
The end game's not dead. There is no end game. It's just PvP. What else are you grinding for? To clear mobs faster?
Half of the game's content is dead and forgotten. Quick look at the BDO Steam reviews. 73 to 76% mostly positive. Everything I've said in this video is wrong and debunked. Don't listen to me. Read the reviews for yourself and definitely play the game. I'm sure you won't regret it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Follow me on social media, leave a comment for the algorithm gods, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I don't think it's in a bad state, but they can definitely do better. 100%. All right, let me zoom back out. Whoa, went the other way there. Oh, that was a fun little watch. Lost Pen Manos ring sold on 217. Yeah. The thing is, the amount of money it takes to make a Pen Manos is way higher than what the central marketplace values it. So there's no reason for anyone to even sell it. Unfortunately, that is the situation. All right. Where's BDO? BDO.